G'day guys and welcome back to AFL SuperCoach here with my round 16 review. As you can see here, scored the 2201, which put me in the top 4% for this past round. And a nice little rank jump there. So I was out to about 20k, 22k in the last round, and now I'm back into just under 16,000. So we'll absolutely take that as a rank jump. Really, really happy with that. And I'll get into the team now as well. So making a few moves, which is good. All right. Congrats. Let the confetti rain down. We've got 6 out of 7 classic wins. I don't think you guys are too fast at my classic team, right? But I'll just move my head up here. That way we can get a nice view of the team. I'll zoom in a little bit as well. Oh, here we are. Wrong screen. There we go. All right, starting in defense. So Naz didn't play, but I traded in Naz this past round. I'll get into that strategy in just a tick, but had Naz in the team, clearly no score on the bye. Whitfield, 119. Happy with that, bit of a bounce back. Between him and Ash, they're just, they're both obviously really good, but their roles tend to change a little bit. Whitfield has a really good record against Hawthorn, actually really surprising, given they've been one of the stronger teams in the last couple of years, but he has a great record against Hawthorn, so once I'll log in the memory bank for next year. I'm not sure if they play again this year, but Blakey, a down game. Swans really struggled against the Lions over there. And they might have put some attention into Blakey. I'm not sure. Wasn't watching the whole game, but and he's a bit of a unique. What's his ownership at? His ownership is at 9%, so that really stings. Really, really does sting. If he had scored, I don't know, even a 90 or 100 would have made all the difference this week, but not to be. Geordie Clark, 119, and Dan Hughes, 114. If we can just put those two boys together, the most frustrating owns this year, but in round 16, both of them decided to go really well. I think it's a bit of luck, to be honest. Houston probably more the matchup with the Tigers, but Clark, the Suns were just putrid today, at least from what I saw from the score anyway. They just couldn't handle the Dockers over there, which I don't think many teams will be able to. But Clark and Houston, look, next week they'll probably both score 60s, but it is what it is. We'll take it for this week, most definitely. Hawker Hahn, bit of I wouldn't say crash back down to earth, but not a ceiling score by any means. He was taking a few kick-ins as well for the Crows, which was great to see. And at the end of the day, his price went up. Let me put me over here. Sorry, guys. Put me over here. 51k up. Gosh, gotta love that. That's massive. Interesting to see if we end up keeping him, Hugo, or we end up flipping him, all going well for trades and whatnot. But one we'll keep an eye on anyway. But for now, he's staying in the team and not moving anywhere for the moment. Edwards. So Edwards was an interesting one in that I had the E on him for the Thursday game, and as soon as he scored the 81, I did have Sam Banks in my team, so I thought take the cheaper option. He's had a couple of good scores. I think it was an 80 and a 90, if I'm not mistaken, or maybe even 2 90s for Banksy. And I'm grateful that I didn't go there because he ended up not taking anything to the bank. Did Banksy, 51, breaking at 58 is not too bad, to be fair. He'll likely clear that, but those that went him score 51, you'd rather just have a rookie, right? So I think I was listening to SuperCoach Pro and Ghost Bakes live during the week, and I think it was Ghost Bakes made the point. It might have even been both gents, perhaps. Definitely Ghost Bakes said, look, may as well just have a rookie in place of Banks, and I did reflect on it after hearing that. I said, well, you're probably right, to be fair. And against a good matchup as well. The Pies are supposed to be good for defenders, and he clearly did not cash in. So 2% of teams, look, not many people would have gone there given the number, but I was going there on the Thursday. I was going there until Will Edwards scored that, and then I'm like, you know what, I'll just take that. I might as well save a trade. So that was my thinking. Dirksen going up in price ever so steadily, 18.5k, break even to 21. Keep making that coin, brother. And yeah, with Wiedering out, he's going to get every opportunity, which is going to be awesome for us. Getting into the midfield now. So Dawson, 124. Heaney, 125. Loving this, boys. Butters, 155. Dacos took the VC on Dacos, 154. Callahan, 103. LDU, 146. Sammy Walsh, 122. What can I say? This is what we want with our Uber mids. In terms of who to actually, I can't really call out on anyone. Well, I can, but the LDU bounced back. Fantastic. And I go for Essendon, so I can say this eloquently. Absolute rebel of a club. What a way to take advantage. And even we'll get into Sheasland a little bit as well. Walsh, I'm loving this score. Is this his highest score for the year? Maybe. Let's have a sus. Let us have a sus. Alrighty. 114, 118, 121. Yep. Highest score for the round. Apologies, his season. So hopefully this kickstarts something for Walshy. That's what we wanted when we bought him at the start of the year. I've held him throughout the whole year. Bit of a frustrating own. I feel like Callahan was underscored, but hey, look, he's getting tons and I can't really complain with that. Just that midfield, I just want to grab a beer for you all or even just give you a nice little fucking hug. Like, yes, fuck yes. Like, let's go, boys. That's what we want. And Bond chilling on the bench. Sharpie doing a bit of a job in the midfield, 63. Held him through his injury, and he's going to make some good coin as well. I'm not sure if he'll get forward DPP status. One I probably can check on as we get closer to round 18. Would not mind having the forward DPP. I do have no F6 at the moment as it stands, but I'm going to get into that a little bit as well. Bond on the buy, IS 53. Did he kickstart his cash gen again? I guess. IS was just a bit of a heartbeat on the bench anyway. Banfield didn't play. Gorn didn't play. By Cherry injured. Jaw held. I'm hoping it is just the 1 week. If it's not just the 1 week and he's out this week, that'll be a bit shit, but hopefully it's not more than that. And he's got that terrible roll as well. If he can score 100 and 110, it is what it is. We'll take it, Beggars can't be choosers at this point in the season. I could have decam, could be worse. Sheasel, 175. Way to go, brother. That is absolutely unreal. Imagine striking out and not having a Dacos or a Butters and then going, shit, who am I going to put the C on? Who am I going to put the C on? Who am I the C on? Oh, Sheasel goes up against Essendon. Let's roll with that. And then getting 175. That's 350 points if that's quick maths on me. That's correct. Wow, way to go, Sheezy. Back in good form. Well, he's been in good form, but unreal stats this week. For him, as he tends to take advantage of those lesser teams, which again, being a Bombers man, I can say we are very much a lesser team. James North-Francis in the showdown. Well done. He was probably the second best player in the showdown for Port at least. Pickett didn't play by Petrarca, mate. What is going on? They were saying this guy was a Brownlow fancy at the start of the season. I think I might even say that as well, to be fair. What are we looking at here? We're going a 170, a 152, 86 injured games, so we'll give him a pass. 105, 111, 136. He's going bang, 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 bang. It's like, man, this guy's unreal. He's at the Suns. He's just absolute gun. He might win the Brownlow. He's doing... And then we just see this drop off. He's still consistent. And then, yeah, just not to that upper echelon of his previous games. Now, granted, they got smacked around, but Rail and Anderson still did well this week. So, bit of a watch on track. Clearly not going to trade him. Clearly going to just let him sit there and do his thing. But, yeah, slight flags on him and the Suns. Does was my trade in this week, and wowee, was he not on something else today. He scored, I think, 2 goals in the first quarter, definitely the first half. He was taking intercept marks, he was tackling, he looked hungry and healthy. And mate, finally, just play him in the guts, play him in the midfield where he belongs. Do not prioritize any other players, prioritize him. He is our spirit and the lifeblood of this club. He should probably be captain. I'm sure Andrew McGrath is a great captain off the field. Clearly, Durham has a more stronger and more influence on the game. McGrath played well today, to be fair, as well. So I'm going to give him his flowers too. But hey, look at that. 51K up and rising. Break even of 42. Welcome to the team, King does. Very, very happy with that trade-in. And what an impact on trading. Bit of a sugar hit there. Pods got dropped. Is what it is. Dobson didn't play. Reedy didn't play. Coming. My flexi boy in flex. 314K now. Another 25K effectively. He's making good coin. Break even 20. He's probably one that I'll see how the next couple of rounds go, but if I can keep him, happy days. He may just stay in flex, and I guess between him and Hawker maybe both of them can try and outdo each other, I guess, on any given week. What's he been averaging? Yeah, 78 the last 3. And his break even now of 20. So I don't know if he'll get DPP. I think between him and Sharp, I think they might both be close. So I don't know the exact numbers. But yeah, to have both those guys is pretty good. And look, so with regards to my trade outs were Liam Henry from Saints to Does with 1 trade, and then also I went Sinclair to Naz. So I went Sinclair to Naz early. So for this particular reason, in that, well, I needed to take Edwards' score, so that's why I flipped Banks back to Sinclair because I was happy with the 81. Thought I'd save the trade. It is a little bit risky going Naz on his bye, like in case he does his calf or does something during the week or whatever. So touch risky there. Could be a laid out, could be all of that stuff, right? So I'm sort of locked in now. But playing the odds and wanting to set myself up this week to potentially do 2 trades. Now, I might not do 2, but at least I have the option because I didn't know what was going to happen on the Sunday games. What would have happened, say, if, Sheezel got injured or LD got injured or whatever. Like, someone could have gone down on the Sunday games. I already have 1 trade in mind for this week, and I wanted to have a second trade up my sleeve. So that is why I went Naz early, I guess, when I could have just literally gone this week. So in terms of where I'm situated at the moment, I have $211,800 in the bank. 6 trades left, projected 2,330. That is with a couple of people on the bench, I believe, in particular the Bont. So let me move Bont onto field. Let's get this team all ready to rock and roll for next round. Edwards, Hulkahan, Dirksen, I'll leave them as is. Sharpie, I'll put the E on Sharpie. I trust him more than I do Ison. That midfield's looking good. Cherry will not be my captain. That's for damn sure. Who are people versing next round? Jordan Dawson against West Coast. Butters against North. No, Butters will get tagged. Gorn against Hawks. Naz against Essendon. Naz against Essendon. Lock that in. I do like the Jordan Dawson against West Coast. They do tag, but he might just absolutely ruin them. Where is it? Optus Stadium. Okay. Who else? Maybe we should give Shees a bit of love with the VC there. I don't know the timing of games, so I might get into that in a little bit later. But in terms of trades this round, okay, so there's 1 bloke I consider as must-have would be a stretch, but if you're wanting a guaranteed top 6 scorer for the next arguably 4 to 6 weeks in the forward line, I'm not sure I said forward line. Forward line, it is my man, Rowan Marshall. Rowan Marshall, ladies and gentlemen. And who am I getting out for him? I think Edwards, as much as I'd love to keep Edwards, break even of 32, literally just gave a score of 81. I think it might be him that makes way just because of the money. It could also be Dirksen, to be fair. Yeah, bit of a pickle here. Because I'm pretty sure I can afford him. Let's try Dirksen first. I don't know if it'll work, so just bear with me. Apologies if it doesn't. Let's make this a bit smaller. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to flick. A lot of DPP action happening here, right? So we're going to go ZZ up to defense. He'll be my loop between Hulkahan and Edwards, arguably, or even Dirksen if I end up keeping Dirksen. I then move Reedy. Thanks for your services, Reedy. You've been awesome this year, mate. Well done. You're going up to my ruck slot. And now I have a forward slot open. Romo. Welcome to the team, brother. I can afford him with Dirksen, so that's tempting. I don't like going down to such a little cash, but we'll see how that looks. Let me move. Oh, shit. Wrong screen. Sorry, guys. Bear with me. Technical difficulties. All right. We're going to make this a touch bigger for those playing along at home. Alrighty. So, the team, Romo on for pods. Bang. Oh, that's looking good. I'll move my head again. Sorry, musical chairs with the head. So projected 2.425, that is with the Cherry injury here. I like this a lot. This gives me the opportunity to loop between Hulkahan and Edwards on any given week. Granted, if ZZ plays the later game, so that'll be a watch. And it could just be based on matchup as well. Like, you know, Sydney's got doggies. Doggies generally give a bit of points to defenders. West Coast are obviously not the strongest team. And in terms of timing of the game, yeah. Suss that out. Bear with me. Timing of the games. Actually, it should be on the bottom left, shouldn't it? Let me go to that. That'll be easier and more engaging for you guys playing along at home. All right, so get fucked straight away. The Geelong Brizzy game's the Thursday, so I can't even loop. It is what it is. So Edwards at the SCG or Hulkahan at Optus. I'll roll with Hulkahan, I think. Yeah, I'll roll with that. But yeah, in terms of the team itself, like this is looking good. And I'm happy. And I've got the 5 trades left. So I was looking at Herbert in from West Coast. Uploading quite early, so I can't see the trade trends just yet. But I was looking at Herbert. Now, who would even be worth trading in for Herbert? That's the question. I could do Sharp down. Seems like a little bit of a waste. Yeah. Anyway, I'll get into my thinking about Romo. Sorry, I did miss that point. So, TDK, punctured lung, 2 fractured ribs. He will not play for, I'm guessing, a minimum of 2 to 4. I'm thinking it's more likely to be 4 to 6. If not worst case, season. I don't think it'll be season. But think back to Petrarca's injury. I think he was out for the season, Petrarca, and I can't remember what round that was, if I'm being honest. But he was out for a long time. I don't think it's as severe as Petrarca's, but at the end of the day, you got to think about what his role is versus Petrarca as a midfielder. So TDK is a ruckman. What do they do all day through the game? 2.5 hours. Bang, bang, bang. Especially with those new rules. So What I'm thinking is going to happen is, and keep an eye out on team sheets and injury reports this week on Tuesday, I think TDK will be out 4 to 6. Just a guess, not a doctor. Just given the profile of the injury. I think when he comes back, arguably, what's round 17 now, comes back round 21, 22, Saints probably making a finals push. I reckon he'll play more forward. I reckon Romo will play more ruck. They'll do a swap. And they'll just try and protect TDK for the year. They'll try and give finals red hot crack because at the end of the day, they spent millions of dollars on these players to try and make a finals tilt. So definitely they'll try. But Rowan Marshall will score 100 to 110 for the next 4 to 6 weeks. Now, the luxurious position that I'm in, that I have these trades available to do something like that, is awesome. I have now Naz already from last week, traded him in early. Hopefully doesn't go down with injury. So look, the only thing wrong with my team really is my D6 slot and my flex slot. But at the end of the day, the position that we're in at the moment, I can go hard. I can potentially go one down this week again, then go one up next week and try and get like a Holmes in my defense, say, as an example, or try and do something funky with my flex. I think my play at the moment is going to be probably hold as is for the moment. I could get in Herbert, but at the end of the day, Sharpie and Ison are doing, whilst not scoring as high as Herbert, they're probably doing similar roles to him in the fact of mid cover. So I think I'll pass on Herbert. I think I'll pass on Fitzgerald. At the end of the day, we're not here to make money anymore. We're here to make the team as good as it possibly can. But I think I'm going to get very tempted if I hold the 5 trades first. It's round 17 now. 18, 19 rolls around. I've still got 5 trades and I don't have any injuries. I'm going to be very tempted to go 1 up, 1 down, 1 up, 1 down, and then at least do it once, 1 up, 1 down, to then go back down to 3 trades with an upgraded slot. And you just never know who's going to come out of the woodwork to be really good value. Like Rankin's going to be cheap. I personally don't have the risk appetite to go Rankin, but arguably I could put in my flex if I wanted to as a really cheap option. I'm sure there's going to be some defense options that are going to be of value. Clearly Holmes is an absolute jet. I think Holmes has a really good run to end the season, so he probably should be factored into my plans. For example, going Edwards down to a 99K and then coming up to Holmes. That's something doable that I could do, especially if they both fatten up a little bit more as well. So that's my thinking at the moment. But really keen to hear a couple of things. One, how did you go this round? What's your score? Where are you ranked? Let me know. How many trades do you have left? What's your thinking for your trades this week as well? Would love to hear that in the comments. And if you didn't catch the live with me and Nemo this morning, we did have a coffee. It was actually a really nice slot to just take a breath, talk about what's happened from the week so far. We had a lot of good engagement as well. So thank you guys for dialing in, those that were able to make it. And it's something we're probably keeping up in the next couple of weeks. We can't do next week because I'm away next weekend, but at least I can't. Nemo might still do it. And yeah, really get around his page, my page, help us build up. And hopefully we can just keep bringing you some really, really good content and probably helping out your teams as well. And helping your mind tick as it relates to this now this fourth chapter in the season, which is post buys. Buys are done. No more hiding behind top 18 now. It is go time. And yeah, good luck to you guys in this last stint of the season. And again, we'll be bringing you content all throughout in the weeks to come. And yeah, let's hope we can have a really good round 17 upcoming. I'll leave it there, guys. Drop a like, drop a subscribe, and I will catch you in the next one. Cheers.